Charles Hardin Holly, better known as Buddy Holly, was born on September the 7th, 1936, in the small, windswept town of Leach, Texas. He grew up in a close-knit, humble family devoted to traditional values rooted in faith, discipline, and community. The youngest of four siblings, Buddy exhibited curiosity and energy from a young age. Gospel music filled his Southern Baptist household, while country and Western swing echoed through the home. These early influences nurtured his love of music, creating a foundation for the artist he would become. Music was both a comfort and inspiration for young Buddy. Musical beginnings at school. Buddy's musical talents emerged early in his school years in Leach. At Hutchinson Junior High, he learned violin, piano, and guitar, showing a particular affinity for the latter. Encouraged by his family and local musicians, he quickly became dedicated to mastering his craft. During this time, he formed a friendship with fellow music enthusiast Bob Montgomery. Together, they created the duo Buddy and Bob in 1952, performing at talent shows, church events, and local gatherings. Their smooth harmonies and charm resonated with audiences, drawing attention from local clubs and radio stations. This period shaped Buddy's early identity as a performer. Influence of Elvis Presley and rockabilly. In 1955, Buddy Holly witnessed a live performance by Elvis Presley in Leach, leaving a lasting impression. Presley's fusion of rhythm and blues with country created a rockabilly sound that was both bold and rebellious. Inspired, Buddy began incorporating these elements into his own music, moving away from traditional country. This experimentation gave rise to the distinctive Buddy Holly style, energetic, melodic, and innovative. His musical evolution was accelerated by collaboration with Bob Montgomery and bassist Larry Wellborn, forming Buddy Holly and the Three Tunes. Their combination of country roots and emerging rock influences drew interest from Nashville talent scouts. The Crickets and breakthrough success. Determined to pursue his musical vision, Buddy formed the Crickets in 1957 with Jerry Allison, Joby Malden, and Nicky Sullivan. Serving as lead guitarist and vocalist, he helped craft a sound that was fresh, edgy, and sophisticated. Their first major single, That'll Be the Day, inspired by John Wayne's line in The Searchers, became a chart-topping success, cementing their status in the emerging rock and roll scene. Following the hit, the band released their debut album, The Chirping Crickets, featuring upbeat tracks with catchy hooks and polished harmonies. This period marked the consolidation of Buddy Holly's signature sound and his rise as a music innovator. Dual recording career. Simultaneously, Buddy pursued solo projects with Coral Records while continuing with the Crickets, an unusual arrangement at the time. This allowed him to explore a broader musical range and experiment with new styles. Hits like Oh Boy, Maybe Baby, and Rave On highlighted his ability to blend melodic sensibilities with rock energy. His distinct geek-chic image, complete with horn-rimmed glasses and a clean-cut appearance, made him both relatable to teens and respectable to adults. Between band performances, solo recordings, and tours, Buddy's career momentum grew, reflecting his ambition, musical talent, and the burgeoning influence he would have on rock and roll globally. Moved to Greenwich Village. In 1958, Buddy moved to Greenwich Village, New York, seeking to immerse himself in a wider artistic community. This relocation allowed him to explore the recording and publishing side of the industry and collaborate with a diverse range of musicians. During this period, he released his first solo album, Buddy Holly, featuring songs that became enduring classics, including Peggy Sue. The album expanded his creative horizons while continuing to highlight his signature vocal style and innovative guitar work. Although enjoying professional success, Buddy faced personal and professional pressures, balancing solo projects, band obligations, and the demands of a fast-moving music industry. The Winter Dance Party Tour. By late 1958, Buddy Holly embarked on the grueling winter dance party tour across the Midwest, sharing the road with Ritchie Valens and the Big Bopper. Conditions were harsh. Frigid temperatures, long bus rides, and constant performances placed enormous strain on the musicians. Tensions reportedly mounted among band members and support staff, as fatigue, illness, and logistical challenges took their toll. Despite this, Buddy maintained a determined focus on his music and career, even as interpersonal conflicts surfaced. The tour's difficulties foreshadowed the tragedy to come, creating a fraught environment that some speculate contributed to the fateful events of February 3, 1959. The fateful flight. After a long night of performances in Clear Lake, Iowa, Buddy decided to charter a small plane to reach the next tour stop quickly. On board were Buddy, Ritchie Valens, and the Big Bopper, with pilot Roger Peterson at the controls. Official accounts attributed the crash to poor weather and pilot disorientation, a tragic but seemingly straightforward explanation. Yet over time, eyewitness reports and survivor testimony suggested anomalies. Sounds, flashes of light, and other irregularities hinted that more than natural causes may have played a role. Rumors of a firearm aboard the plane and tensions among passengers added layers of unsettling uncertainty to the incident. Unsettling revelations. Decades after the crash, petitions were submitted to the National Transportation Safety Board requesting reinvestigation due to inconsistencies in the original report. Eyewitness accounts of unusual events, combined with possible mechanical issues or human conflict, raised troubling questions. Reports of a loaded revolver allegedly linked to a bandmate, Juan Jennings, sparked speculation about a struggle or accidental discharge during the flight. While there is no definitive proof of foul play, these findings suggest the tragedy might have involved more than pilot error. Researchers, biographers, and private investigators have examined every detail, uncovering evidence that challenges the original narrative. Survivor testimony and secrets. Juan Jennings, who gave up his plane seat to the Big Bopper, lived with survivors' guilt and spoke cryptically about the night's events. Other tour mates, such as Tommy Alsop, who lost a seat to Ritchie Valens in a coin toss, also hinted at unresolved mysteries. Holly's widow, Maria Elena Santiago, expressed frustration over the secrecy surrounding the crash, including the handling of Buddy's remains and her inability to visit the site. These testimonies paint a picture of confusion, emotional tension, and possibly hidden conflicts. While speculation cannot confirm exact details, it underscores that the tragedy may have been more complex than initially reported. Legacy and lingering questions. Buddy Holly's untimely death at age 22 robbed the world of a musical visionary. He was a newlywed, a father-to-be, and a pioneering artist whose innovations shaped rock and roll. The layers of mystery surrounding the crash, disputes, potential human conflict, and unanswered questions add a haunting dimension to his story. While official accounts cite weather and pilot error, subsequent analysis suggests these factors alone may not explain the full tragedy. Holly's legacy, though enduring and celebrated, is intertwined with what might have been, leaving fans and historians to wrestle with the shadow of uncertainty over his final moments. Conclusion. The story of Buddy Holly is one of brilliance, innovation, and profound loss. From humble beginnings in Leach, Texas, to chart-topping success with the Crickets and solo recordings, his life epitomized the rise of rock and roll. Yet, the mystery surrounding his death complicates his legacy, raising questions about the circumstances of that fateful flight. Beyond the music, it is the combination of talent, ambition, and unresolved tragedy that makes his story haunting. Though we celebrate his contributions, we are also reminded that genius can be fleeting, and sometimes the true cost of cultural innovation remains unknown.